Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning, distinguished panelists, respective lecturers, dear students, and all participants who are joining us live via Facebook and YouTube of the Center for Innovative Delivery and Learning Development. First and foremost, I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to everyone for taking the time to be with us this morning for the IDL Innovative Delivery and Learning webinar series. This webinar series is a continuous initiative by the Center for Innovative Delivery and Learning Development, CIDL, Academic and International Affairs Department of UITM, through the collaborative group on design thinking. They aim at strengthening academic competency to ensure that the university's appreciation for innovative delivery and effective learning are achieved and further enhanced. This webinar is also held in conjunction with the final year students exhibition of the Bachelor of Industrial Ceramic Honours Program. I am Siti Nur Azila, will be your moderator for today webinar titled Reimagining Ceramic, Integrating Design Thinking, Creativity and Cultural Identity. This webinar is particularly meaningful as it explores how the principles of design thinking, creativity and cultural identity can be integrated into the field of ceramic in line with the evolving landscape of education and creative industry today. It is with great pleasure and honor that I would like to introduce our international speaker for this session, Ms. Lin Chen King from Nanjing University of Science and Technology, Zhejiang, China. She brings with her expertise and experience in the field of ceramic and design, and we are truly privileged to have the opportunity to learn from her insight and knowledge today. Without further ado, I'd like to invite Ms. Lin Chen King to begin her presentation. Please welcome her. First, I want to thank to the IDL, the industry where department to IDL, and the Dia macam tidak dia nak ikut.
Yeah. So sorry.
What is the time we use this?
Yeah, then after this we should be okay. So kita pakai microphone yang ini. This is going to be the microphone. You will be talk, so they will listen from here.
Okay.
Pembukaan untuk si IDL nya.
Okay.
Boleh?
So should I open again or
Yeah,
just
she
keep
will open.
going?
She will open again. Sampai di situ kok. Sini kok. Di sini dekat. Ah, start.
I don't know why it's
Ah.
like sorry? So isn't it different?
Coba try testing. Hello.
Testing, hello? Testing? Testing 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Okay, alright. Okay, mulakan speaker from the start. Maybe you can start from the from the start.
From the start.
From the first slide.
Slide. Yes, thank you, please.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, one more time.
Okay. You can start.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. It's a huge honor to be a speaker for the webinar today. And the Industry Ceramics Department, UITM, and Prof. Dr. Birdie for inviting me, and the Mrs. Adela Nordin. I'm so excited to share my experience in ceramic art with you. Today, my speech topic is From Traditional to Transformation, My 10 Years Odyssey in Contemporary Ceramic. At the beginning, I want to introduce myself. My name is Lin Tianqing. I'm from China, where I studied in Jingdezhen Ceramic University from 2008, all the way through my master in 2016. I studied in Jingdezhen, a city with a massive ceramic history. I want to give you a quick intro to the place. It helps explain the DNA of my work. China is world famous for ceramic, but Jingdezhen is special because of its natural white clay. Back in the Yuan dynasty, the emperor set up official royal kiln there. Since everything was for royal family, the best techniques and the high fire temperature. Today, the legacy lives on. The city is full of the craftsmen. We call them master. You can find many masters like mold making, blue and white painting, and glazing or sculpting. It's a place where you can find anything related to clay. But at that time, the challenge for me is when you are surrounded by such perfect traditional techniques, how do I create modern art? How do I find my own voice? I've spent the last 10 years trying to answer that. And today I show you some of the journey. The first piece was my bachelor degree graduation project. I wanted to challenge the traditional potter's wheel. I asked myself, why does a bowl have to be round? And why does it have to hold food? So I threw the bowl after the wheel, but while the clay was still wet, I pushed them into square clay boxes. The largest one was about 80 cm to 40 cm. It was difficult to fire. Usually in Zhejiang, the fire temperature will going to 1300, but this artwork I just fired in 1150. It was a great lesson for me when I was bachelor graduated. In 2015, I started combining porcelain with metal because I born in southern China, so the city is all around the mountains. I'm interested in that. I wanted to modernize the element, but usually traditional Chinese art about mountains is like painting on the wax with the blue and white. So some Chinese painting use the Chinese brush, so I want to do some different from the traditional.
I need the next one.
Next.
Yes, next.
Next.
Yes.
Actually, I started with no sketches. I just playing with recycled clay to hand building a mountain. And then I think the modern style is usually simplified. So I used the mold to make some piece of porcelain and the shape sharp with hand-tone edges for texture. When I simplified the shape, they look like modern. So the next problem is how can I put them in the vase? Then I researched some classical vase and bottles. I chosen 5 pieces as the shape in this work. And I use Photoshop to replace the vessel shape with a steel metal frame and put the part of the Chinese painting inside. After this effect drawing, I will start my work. First time I find an industry factory. They make the metal window and the door. So we can see in the plate, at the beginning the metal is very thin and not strong. The porcelain is no texture. After that, I want to improve. So I find a professional sculpture studio to get a thick, high quality metal. For the mountains, I mixed a little glaze into the clay body. So after firing, the surface looked smooth and textured, just like jade. This is the detail of the artworks. This is the final look. And next, I collaboration with the Long Museum in Shanghai at 2021. They invited some artists to redesign a specific door. I used the traditional colorful glaze patterns, the kind that you can see the Asian pattern on the vase, but now replace a modern door. This pattern means in spring, thousands of flowers in blooming. So the life will be the same. This two pattern is cloud and peach. It's lucky meaning also. It was a fun way to bridge the gap between old and new, tradition and modern. Since 2020, I was also moved into large mirror business project for hotel like Shangri-La and Marriott or Hyatt. For example, in Fujian, Shangri-La, we created a massive ceramic handcraft tiles mirror. I had to testing many of blue and green glaze tiles that when put them together, looks like a painting that matches the lobby carpet. Of course, the decoration effect mainly depends on the client's idea. And this is the project in 2023 and 2024. We do the series mirror in different cities in China. They almost about the view in city, so we make the tiles like a puzzle. And this one is special. The inspiration is from the old architecture in Guangdong province. Now I will show you the process of the big artwork. At the first stage, all starts with effect drawing, since we use 3 different sizes of ceramic tiles. Designing the mirror is a bit like playing with Legos. In the plane, every piece is numbered. This helps us to organize the quantity and the color for every block. We will show the colors, what we need, and how many quantities are there for each color. This document is the guideline for the production process. We spent, this is the series, the blue one in the same series. We spent about 6 months just creating and testing glaze until the client finally confirmed 2 sets of color samples. After confirmed all the color, we move into the full-scale production. After everything is fired, we move to the per-assembly stage in the factory. Why do this? Because when we go into the hotel, we usually only have 3-day window to finish the assembly. So do this can help us saving time, and we can easily swap out any color that don't look quite right. Because of these tiles are decoration on the wall, so safety is most important things. We fix the ceramics onto wood backing. To guide this, we use 2 sets of drawing. The left figure is show how the tile are recognized based on the wood backing size. The right figure is painting colors for the wood backing to ensure they blend perfectly with the tiles. The next stage is nailing and gluing. We have a big team help with us to make sure the tiles stay on the wall forever. We use a hook and a nail system. Each tile has a hole in the back that sits on the nail, and we reinforce it with a high-strength, flexible glue. The pre-assembly is done. We pack the wood backing and ship them to the hotel lobby. In here, we need to hide the seam where 2 backing meet. So after the wood backing on the wall, we go in fit the tiles follow the number over the gaps, using different sizes to create a seamless look. So this is the final look. So if you ask me what I get from the business project, I think is that the big ceramic artwork isn't just about making. It's about management and the meticulous design. However, I will keep going to creative the ceramic artworks, and I want to try more different material and mix with the ceramic. And last, thank you for your listening, and wish everyone have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Lin Tianqing, for the insightful and inspiring presentation. We truly appreciate the valuable knowledge, ideas, and perspective you have shared with us. particularly on how design thinking, creativity, cultural identity can be meaningfully integrated into the field of ceramics. Now, we welcome for any questions or comment from the participant here and in YouTube. Kindly, for YouTube, kindly post your question in the chat box.
Q&A.
We are open for your question. Yes, please.
Hello. So, listening to your story about how everything is manually done in yes,
a city name.
yeah. So everything is manually done there, right? So I have a question: if there is any use of artificial intelligence (AI) in ceramic work over there?
Actually, now the AI is integrated. Some artists use the AI and the 3D print to create some artworks. So I think is in now I think it's not a big problem because the clay is a material. So the AI or the 3D print is just a tool. So we can use the tool to create it with the uh, material.
Thank you.
Any question? Let me check in our chat box in YouTube if we have question from YouTube. Okay, no question. Oh, let's check. At this moment, we don't have any question from our friends in YouTube or online stream. So, can we have another question? Or anybody want to ask question? Yes, Mr. Karo?
Miss Lim, thank you for your sharing. We know that China has a very long history in ceramics.
Yes.
Full of tradition and stuff. But for you, as a modern and contemporary artist, do you have any kind of sort of tradition or philosophy that you brought forward from your tradition, from your background, as Chinese? Any tradition or philosophy?
I think this question is about our how to say is Chinese gene, I think. So at the beginning, I introduced the Jingdezhen. I think it will help everyone to know I'm a Chinese and I born in the southern of China. So I think my inspiration, all of my inspiration is about the traditional Chinese element, like mountains. But I think we are more in the modern city or modern society. So there is many modern elements or modern lifestyles around us. So I think in our history, the traditional element is very um, um, expensive or important, like treasure. But in our real life, the modern style is around us. So I think is like our genes in our blood. And in last years, I will try to do some traditional work in Jingdezhen. Everyone knows the blue and white in Jingdezhen is very have a long history. So I will try to practice or to learn some traditional techniques. But at the last, I will painting some modern pattern. I think is all about. We are live in the modern life. Thank you.
Maybe we can have one more last question before we end our session. Any question for the student?
Especially, final year. Any question? Our students. No question, then I have a question. So perhaps on behalf of my students, this is their final year project. Do you see any potential, or perhaps maybe from Malaysia, if we can go beyond Malaysia and go abroad, would there be any room or area that we can improve ourselves in ceramic, especially in perhaps maybe in China? Do you see any way?
I think the last time Dr. Murray showed me some graduating artworks. I think the inspiration is everyone's inspiration is very good and very creativity. So I think maybe in the the techniques can improve because Jingdezheng is very this city is very have many massive technology. So they have many glaze factories and glaze masters or some material masters in this city. So we in that city you do some creative artworks. You will very convenience. You can go to some glaze store to buy some glaze. So I think in these countries maybe have no or I can see the last stores in the glaze. So I think we can do some learn some glaze lessons, and we can make some new glaze by ourselves, and the glaze can match our artworks. I think.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Lin, for all the answer. On behalf of the organizer, we would like to express our sincere gratitude to you for taking the time to be with us today and for your generous contribution in this webinar. Okay. Please stay tuned to continue to join us in the upcoming webinar series organized by the Center of Innovative Delivery and Learning Development, CIDL, Academic and International Affairs Department of UiTM, through the collaborative group Design Thinking. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of our webinar session entitled Reimagining Ceramic, Integrating Design Thinking, Creativity and Culture Identity. We hope that this session has provided meaningful insight, inspiration, and new ideas that can be applied in your teaching, learning, research, and creative practices. I also like to take this opportunity to thank the organizing community, CIDL, the Academic and International Affairs Department, as well as everyone involved behind the scene for their dedication and support in making this webinar success. But last but not least, thank you to all participants for your actively participation and continuous support. We hope to see you again in our future IDL webinar series. With that, I officially concluded today's session. Thank you and have a pleasant day ahead. Okay. It is our pleasure to invite again our fellow Associate Prof. Dr. Berli to deliver the talk session for our guest speaker.